So we knew the Pakistani situation in the UK was bad. And I could just end the video there, I couldn't have just the Pakistani situation. Full stop, don't need to say any more, you all know what I mean. But I'm actually talking about something a bit more specific than that. I'm talking about the old, I hate having to say grape, but the grape gangs. The predominantly, all Pakistani grape gangs. Yes, that's what we're talking about. So Rupert Lowes seems to be the only person that cares. Of course, we had Jess Phillips do everything she possibly could to not look into this. Same with Kier Starmer. Absolute traitors, complete betrayal. Obviously, the reason they don't want to look into it is because it's horrendous. It's obvious that all the politicians knew it was going on. I would imagine some of them are even involved. That's my own, thoughts. There's no truth in that, although I bet there is. I think we have it pretty much confirmed that, I will say the word allegedly, just to be sure, but that police are involved. So of course they don't want any of this exposing. We all knew it was really bad. The story of the drunk girl that had been attacked by multiple Pakistanis, who then went to a police station and got dismissed from there and got raped by another 3 of these horrendous men on the way home. We knew it was really, really bad already, but I think this is another level. So Rupert Lowes tweets, "We have been presented with evidence that suggests a number of British girls have been trafficked overseas by their rapists. They are groomed, raped, married, and then taken. This has not been widely spoken about, but I am increasingly concerned that countless girls are currently trapped overseas in a foreign country with their rapists. I am going to formally request the Home Office initiates an official investigation. We are expecting more testimonies on this, and will share as much as we can. It is sickening to think, but I believe that this is the current reality for a terrifying number of British girls." Now, he wouldn't tweet that unless he was pretty sure. He wouldn't tweet that unless he's heard it over and over again. A terrifying number of British girls. I mean, that's going to be, at least double digits, probably triple, maybe even quadruple number of girls that are, can you imagine, like, you're just in Pakistan with a guy that's raping you non-stop and treating you probably worse than they treat their normal women. You're in a completely foreign country that stinks of shit, is full of litter, and is very dangerous for a young white girl. I mean, your husband is dangerous, let alone everything else around you. Like, just ridiculous, just insane. Think about the parents of these people, these girls that have been groomed and married and then taken aboard. Like, the whole way through that process, they will have been screaming at the authorities, but they'll just be like, well, it's her choice, she's chosen to marry him. I mean, there'll be no choice going on here, guaranteed. Like, we've heard more than enough to know these girls do not have a choice. So this must be big news, right? This will be all over BBC, not a word. This is their front page, they're just orange man badding over something that I've also done a video on, a funny video where Trump turns all politicians into jungle animals. And people are trying to say it's racist and kick up a big fuss about it. Anyway, I've done a whole video on how ridiculous that is. So the BBC are just focusing on that, of course. And some shit about some fucking bedding circuses for the masses, some Olympic Games ceremony or something. They're not interested in our young girls being raped, groomed, forcibly married and kidnapped to Pakistan. No, they're not interested in that at all. It's just orange man bad. Meanwhile, in much more accurate news reporting, yes, the reporting of the citizens on X, people who aren't just out with a satanic agenda to brainwash, condition, control and enslave everyone like the BBC, we have these topics trending. Wow. I mean, is there any difference between the 3 topics? Is that not just the same thing? It's safe to say there is quite a disconnect between what the people are interested in, what they consider news, and what the fucking propaganda channel known as the BBC, the government propaganda. It's not even government, is it? It's the same people every time club. their propaganda channel, along with every other major channel in every country. It's all controlled by the same people every time club. And then in more enrichment news, in more what the hell is going on in our country, what has happened to... Well, here's some scumbags that have chopped down a statue.
You know, your granddad, it's heritage, it's history, it's simply been ripped down by an absolute scumbag. Hooded vagabonds, as usual. It's just incredible, the heartlessness, the lack of respect. Are you fearful now, Martin, that this just may be treated by these, let's be honest, these vermin, just a scrap metal?
Well, I think the only reason I've taken it down is for the scrap value. You know, it isn't going to go to some private collection because, you know, it's been snapped off just at the ankles. I spoke to a number of friends of mine that are involved in scrap metal, and, you know, they're probably lucky to get £500 to £1,000 for it. And when I think of the time it took me and the people that helped me raise the funds, and I've watched that footage and I just see it ripped away within a minute, and knowing that what they're going to get for scrap value is pittance.
I think old-fashioned statues like this are great. I think they really do add something to the area. It's not something we do anymore. Now we do loads of satanic, weird, phallic, just satanic modern art installations that are fucking awful. So I really cherish these old statues that we would never put the time or the money into anymore. Apparently this obviously is going to be copper, so I mean it costs thousands and thousands of pounds to create these things, ridiculous amounts of money. Like, have you heard how much it costs to create a fucking street sign? Like something like £40,000 for a stop sign, which is obviously just all part of the money laundering that goes on with any public fucking scheme. For this riffraff, this fucking riffraff that shouldn't even be in our country, that shits all over our country, that grapes, that steals, so these just come along and hack it down so they can get 500 quid in scrap metal. Absolute scum, absolute scum. They need deporting immediately, but of course they won't be, because they'll like chicken nuggets or something like that. Here's a bit more wonderful enrichment that we're all just so grateful for. Thank you for building our country.
Are my top 3 Engineers of the Month awards. In third place, bronze medal goes to these engineers, which are clearly renovating this Christian bookstore, and it's just so amazing that despite their differences, they come over to Europe and integrate so well that they're willing to do this charitable work for the local religious communities. And in second place, silver medal goes to this engineer, which is repairing the car's windshields, and I'm just so amazed by his efficiency, his agility, and just his overall skill with repairing these windscreens. It's just incredible. And in first place, gold medal goes to this fine gentleman right here. This engineer was clearly interrupted by this tram, and despite that, he takes it upon himself to repair the windscreen wipers of the tram, and he just does such a good and efficient job before setting off on his very modest form of transportation. It's just so amazing, these pro engineers coming to Europe and benefiting our society.
And then just one more clip that just screams fatigue, just screams low IQ, that just screams zero impulse control, that just screams... can't say it. Degenerate.
Fuck! Hey, hold up! Fuck! I lost too much money on that shit! You fucking fuck! Hey! It's just a game! It's just a game! It's just a game! Move, dog! I lost too much money on that shit, dog! Real talk, man! Whoa! Move, son!
Fuck me, it's just an absolute shambles, isn't it? Absolute shambles. You can see why certain policies were enacted in South Africa for so long and America for so long. Yeah, multiculturalism is an absolute disaster. It's the worst thing ever, having these people enforced upon us. You know, I'm no supremacist, you know, I'm no like about domination, I'm no like this particular race should dominate that race. No. I just believe that each race should have their own homeland. Each culture should have its own culture, its own homeland, where it can have their way and not be infiltrated by just, in my opinion, inferior cultures, but let's just say different cultures that do not mix. And you just can't mix these cultures. Like, you know, it's like trying to mix fire and ice. Like, you just can't fucking do it. It doesn't fucking work. I'm currently recording 3 videos a day. I'm going to do it for about 3 or 4 days and just see what it does algorithms wise. In the past I've always released my videos in the evenings UK time, but I'm wondering if actually having more time between each video is better. So I'm now releasing them at 8 AM, 1 PM and 6 PM roughly every day UK time, 3 videos a day. So if you like the channel and you like my content, please try and check out all 3 and hit the like button and all that sort of thing. I'm finding it really hard at the moment, to be honest. Getting the views is a grind. I'm not sure if I'm shadow banned. I'm not sure if my content's shit. But if you don't think it's shit and you think other people should see it, and if you think that we're successfully moving the Overton window through content like this, then please do like, subscribe, and maybe consider sharing and do the whole hype thing. Not that that seems to do much, but it must be positive, right? Big love.